Hi, thanks for checking out our channel here. This is going to be overview, review, explanation about this particular unit. This is a Power Wizard, it's a Farm Pro series, they call it. It's the FP24000XR. It is a remote control capable unit. It doesn't come with a remote control, but that's a tool that they do make for this. It's a remote control and fault finder all in one. 24 output joules. They call this ultra low impedance, which I don't know the difference between ultra low and low, but it is low impedance either way. It is an adaptive output unit as well. So when we first plug it in, it's going to make these lights flash all the way across, and it will start clicking, but it will only show just so many lights up at a time. Every time it clicks, it will eventually gradually climb it all the way up to this highest thing. I really like this light graph here. Probably one of the neatest things about it. Pretty heavy duty unit. I mean, it feels pretty bulky. Got some weight to it, so I feel like it's got some good guts to it. We don't get this model in for repair very often, but this is one that we sold to a customer here recently. They wanted a bigger joule unit that was remote control. We gave them a few options. I ended up choosing the Power Wizard one. They carry a 3-year warranty. They are American made out of Ohio. But you can see all these lights have a different voltage range, what they mean. So if it's all the way up in here, you're up to 10,000 volt range, give or take. If it's down in here, you're in 5,000 volt range and so on. So it's kind of like a fence performance gauge. So depending on how much load is on your fence, this light will go up as high as it can, depending on what kind of load you have. Like I said, it's 24 output joules, so it packs a pretty good punch. Stored joules is probably in that 30 to 40, I say 35, 40 range, probably stored joules. So to compare it to like some other models that are out there, like so this is remote control capable. They do make non-remote versions of this. This doesn't come with the remote. You got to buy that separately if you want that. But if you don't want the remote control, you don't care about the fault finder remote control stuff, you can buy the base version of this, which I don't know what's called, PW24000 or something like that. But to compare it to a current model like Gallagher or Speedrite that's remote control capable, the Speedrite version would be either have to drop down to the Speedrite 18000i, which is 18 output joules, or you have to jump up to the Speedrite 46000W, which is 46 output joule, which is quite a bit stouter than this one's only 24. That one's 46, so a lot more joules in that. But you're talking high dollar. I think the 18000i is like, pushing $1,000, give or take, for 18 joules. And these do carry a 3-year warranty, so does Speedrite, and so does Gallagher. The Gallagher equivalent to this one would be, you have to say they rate their units as stored joules versus output. So stored joules on the Gallagher, like a 2800i, it's 28 stored, probably like 15 output, maybe 17 output. So it's smaller than this one joule wise. So the next size up would be the 5800i Gallagher, which is 58 stored, about 37, 38 output, somewhere in that range. So, and that they're getting up there, $1,500 or more for them things. So, so you can get one of these units for, I don't know, $400 or $500 for the unit and $150 for the remote control, somewhere in that range, I would guess. So you can get the remote control in the unit for less than half the price of a Gallagher, half the price of a Speedrite, and carry the same warranty, 3-year warranty. So let's plug this in here. So it kind of goes through this little cycle there. So it kind of gradually builds the charge up to the highest number there. So it does adapt its output depending on what kind of load it has. If it feels that it's not needing all 24 joules of output, it might only use half of that. But as soon as it detects that there's a pretty heavy load, it will fall down and gradually build itself back up to whatever highest it can read, depending on what kind of load it feels hooked up to it. But it's a pretty stout unit. Let's turn it off real quick. I'm going to take the knobs off. These pretty good knobs on it. They're a plastic knob with a metal insert. Looks like it's stainless steel looking bolt on there, not that pot metal stuff that some brands use. Let's plug it in here. So see, we're over 10,000 volts in this out of this thing. So packed a pretty good punch. So let's take a piece of wire. And we're going to create a spark gap and see what kind of spark this thing will jump, or how loud or how bright it is. Huh?
Chris is in Tennessee.
Oh. Alright, so we're going to touch ground and get really close to the hot terminal. So, phew, man, it smells like it's kind of hot smelling on the wire where it's sparking it. And also, if you drop your knobs, it's black and red, it does have it engraved on the case, you know, fence and ground with a little lightning bolt and a little ground symbol there. So black is your ground on the right, fence is your lightning bolt on the left. So you don't get these 24 joule units in very often. Most people that have these things love them. Like I said, they carry a 3-year warranty on them versus, you know, for a lot less money than the Gallaghers go for, or the Speed Rights, and remote control capable. So if you'd like to look into buying one, we can sell them. If you don't have it in stock, we can order it in and get one for you. And that goes for any of the Power Wizard units. They make a 18 joule. This is the biggest one, 24 joule. They make them all the way down to like half a joule on plugins. And then they also make, I think, 3 or 4 solar ones and half a dozen battery ones, and 5 or 6, 7 mid-size or larger plug-in ones. And then they make, I don't know, half a dozen or so mid-size and smaller joule-wise. So they make a pretty good range of them. So if you like to look into it, we'd be happy to get you one. Carry a 3-year warranty. They're American made as well, out of Ohio, and carry a 3-year warranty like some of the other big brands do. So until next time, we'll see you guys later on, and there's information right there if you need to get a hold of us.